In 2003, I lived in Cairo, Egypt. My mother came to visit me on vacation, and I took her on a trip to a city in Upper Egypt called Luxor. So on our second day there, we went to a souk, which is an Egyptian market. It was a really phenomenal place, full of hustle and bustle. The smells are incredible. You smell spices, Turkish coffee, lots and lots of different types of perfume. And there's so many different colors. There was vases, mosaics. They sold this papyrus paper with like hieroglyphics on it with all kinds of different colors. And they had these fantastic Persian carpets. Like the whole place is incredible. And it was just lively, hustle bustle. And as soon as you walk in, someone would walk over and they would take your hand and they would say, "My friend, I don't know what you want, but I definitely have it." Or someone else would come up and put their arm around you and they say, "My friend, let me help you spend your money." They were very, very good salesmen. So we walked through the market for about an hour, and we ended up right at the back in this kind of quiet corner. And strangely, there was kind of nobody there. And we saw a door, so we opened that door, and we went in, and it was an empty store. And there's only one guy in there, the owner. He was sitting on a plastic chair in the corner. So in the store, there was like a glass cabinets in a U shape. So we kind of felt uncomfortable. We were on our own. We walked around the glass cabinets, and it was full of jewelries and trinkets and knickknacks. And suddenly my mother got really excited. She goes, oh my God, look at this. We gotta get this. We have to get this. It's a protector of babies. Now, to give a bit of background, the day before, we visited a temple with a guide. And during the tour, he showed us a carving of an ancient Egyptian god. And he was a little dwarf. And if you can imagine, he was in a WWE type pose, like, "Arr!" And he had big, crazy hair. It turns out he had the mane of a lion. And that god was the god of war, but also, strangely, the god of having a good time and drinking wine. But even more strange, he was a protector of unborn children. My mother got really excited because my sister-in-law was expecting a baby, and it was going to be my mother's first grandchild. Unfortunately, my sister-in-law had been pregnant earlier, and she'd lost the baby in a miscarriage. So we were all a little bit nervous, excited but nervous. So my mother really grabbed onto this little god who protected unborn children. So we're back in the store, and she's really excited. And I said, "Mom, can you move away?" And she goes, No, you don't understand. We have to have this. And the storekeeper stands up and puts this great big smile on his face. And I was like, "No, Mom, just walk away. Let me take care of this." So the owner came over, and he looked at me, and he said, "Yes, can I help you?" And I said, "Can I see that little amulet down there?" Yes. And he got a red velvet cloth, and he rolled it out on top of the table. And then he reached in the cabinet, and he was shaking. There was sweat coming on his head. He placed this there, and he went, oh my God, my friend, you have wonderful taste. And I said, yes, how much does it cost? And he said, "Oh, my friend, first, where do you come from?" And I said, "My mother comes from Scotland." And he said, "You know something? People will travel for many, many miles just to come to your mother's house to see this thing. It's a work of art. It's priceless. It's one of a kind, unique. It's unpriceable." So I was like, "Well, come on, this is a store, don't you want to sell it, And he said, "Okay, look, I like you, and I really, really like your mother. I can give it to you for 200 pounds. So that was about $30 at that time. I said, "Well, it may be worth that, but all I want to give you is 10 pounds, which was $1.50. And he said, "Oh, no. The best I can do is 150 pounds. So I said, "Oh, look, my friend, I'm very sorry for wasting your time." And I turned to walk away, and I grabbed my mother. She's like resisting. She doesn't want to leave. "Well, you got to get it." I was like, "No, come on, leave." And the guy ran around. "Oh, no, wait a minute, my friend. Okay, tell me your best price." So I said, "Look, in my wallet, all I have is a 20-pound note. That's all I have in my wallet. That's all I can give you." So he said, "Okay, I'll give you it for 100 then." I said, No, my friend, I only have 20. He said, "Okay, 50. I said, "No, I have 20. And eventually he agreed, okay, he'll sell it for 20 pounds. I took out my wallet, and the smallest bill I had was a 100-pound note. So I held it out to the man, and he looked at it, and he went, "You lied to me. You told me you only had 20. And I said, "My friend, this looks like it's here, but it's not really here." Me and my mother have to get lunch, and then we have to get a taxi back to the hotel. So the other 80 is already gone. All this here is 20. So I gave it to him. He took it, and he looked at it. He then reached under the counter, and he took out a cloth bag, and he reached in, and he said, "Take 2 for 100. I said, No, 2 times 20 is 40. And he goes, "Okay, take 2, take 3, take 4. He dumped out this thing, covered the whole table. He said, take as many as you want. So I said, wait a minute, you lied to me. You told me it was priceless. Give me my money back. So in the end, he agreed to sell it to me he gave me my change back. And we took the amulet and we walked out. But the most incredible thing was, we paid $3 we paid for that amulet. My mother's now got 7 grandchildren, healthy grandchildren, and if that amulet paid even just a small part in that, it turns out that amulet really was priceless.